broadcast live.
African party, 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 party. Money to Jamaica, do me all this favor. Chilling in Jamaica. You have to understand, you have to understand. Never like the madam and you have to. You are gonna nominate my number one candidate. This your love, they carry everywhere. Don't keep me waiting.
Yo, B, I was just like I'm just giving people a little background, you know, based on stuff that I've been seeing also on social media about you. Thanks for joining us. For everyone that's just jumped on, listening to Stonebwoy straight out of Ghana. B, firstly, you doing amazing things, man. You know, I started doing my research on you and I just seen the amazing work that you're doing. Give me some background just for my audience that's jumping in just to find out who Stonebwoy is, you know, and then we can take it from there and jump into the music, yeah?
Yeah, you know, Stonebwoy is a Ghanaian recording artist, you know. You know what I mean? Multi-international award winning, you know. From the ghettos, you know.
Stunt, go.
From the ghettos to the suburbs, you know what I mean, and to the world. Stonebwoy is the president of BHIM Nation, so big up all my BHIM natives across the world. BHIM Nation is my fan base, or my family, my first musical family, you know, across the world. So anybody who is like a Stonebwoy addict, is like a lover of Stonebwoy, the brand, the mission, the vision, like we all share it together. They're the BHIM natives, you get me? Because we go by the slogan, BHIM! That's the slogan. So if you're part of the BHIM Nation, you know. So anytime you see Stonebwoy in South Africa, in Kenya, any part of the world, just say BHIM! You know?
BHIM. BHIM.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And then I know you're part of the family. Yeah, man. So literally, that's it. Big ups representing from Ghana to the world. That's the most important to me. I'm one of the, you know, Ghanaian sons who is making strides, you know, globally when it comes to the music. I think that's how I can describe my humble self. You feel me? Yeah.
Bless you, man. And with that, you know, I think that you literally, and you're gonna help me pronounce it properly. It's the language you mostly like sing in the language, Iwi language. Is that how you pronounce it?
Exactly. I mean, it's Ewe, but
Ewe. Oh, that's like closer. That's like closer when you say yes, you say Ewe.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, is it when you're in Ghana? Is it important to be using your dialect more than any other language or English or anything else to actually also become a success?
It's actually, you know, because language is just meant for communication. So it depends on where you find yourself, you know, and what can be understood if you spoke it. So most often, we all just speak what we understand. You know, Rashad, Makore, big up yourself. I just saw one of my brethren. I had to big them up. You know, Makore, Rashad, big up. Yeah. So when I'm in Ghana, we speak Tree, we speak Hausa, we speak Gan, we speak Pidgin, we speak English. You know, but I think the most popularly spoken languages in Ghana local language would be the Tree, which is the language of the Ashantis and Akan, you know, you know what I mean? And then you find the other plenty, you know, local languages or dialects that we have in Ghana. So I'm an Ewe tribe anyway, so I'm born Ewe, so, you know, I speak Ewe. Big ups to Caribbean Blue right there, so, you know what I mean? So I speak Ewe and I speak a lot of English and Pidgin. And right now, because we have to communicate and understand each other, I'm speaking English.
yeah, without a doubt, because I'd be lost if we had to speak Ewe, you know what I mean? And this is dope because it's really going to be educational for a lot of us right now to know all these. Bless you, man.
Yeah.
You're blessed already, man. You know,
absolutely.
It's going to be educational for us to know this, because I'm always, when I look at the success that you've kind of like achieved over time, I asked myself, in a community or a country where there's probably so many more artists that are trying to break, and you don't just break in your, bless you, man, and you don't just break in your country, but you also kind of get some international traction. What do you think has
Absolutely.
been the factor that's assisted you to break and take it that level? It's not
I must.
it's not Corona. It's not Corona.
Somebody
It's
saying
not.
that. You know, but it's interesting. I think now when people sneeze, we're getting back on the good luck kind of vibe. It used to be really scary like 2-3 months ago. Anybody sneezes, they be like, yo, it's
Yeah.
Corona. Please, my people, we have been sneezing before Corona came through. So allow me to sneeze, bro.
Yo, these blessings comes from the sneezing, man. Come on.
Exactly. Allow me to sneeze, fam. Anyway, big up to Malika Music. She says, too blessed for Corona. Yeah, it gives me a lot of joy to find out that my music is also getting some traction outside of Ghana. And you know, I'm really getting some good responses because every year I'm on tour. It's either in America or in Europe or, you know, and this year we plan to hit Africa hard with a tour, you know, after the release of this album. So the time is actually slated for latter part of the year. So we're still, you know, we're still hoping that the coronavirus subsides and people are able to travel again. So immediately we're able to travel again, boom, we hit the road and we still spread the vibes. And I think it's because of these reasons that people kind of like gravitate to my works. And it's by the help of the internet as well. You know, we're able to reach out and put materials out there where people can actually find and grab and gravitate to, you know, and especially if it is a good, big up Sabrantian, and especially if it is a good material that they're enjoying. And I seek to put out music that would actually inspire, encourage, uplift, you know, and people can relate to. Yeah, man. BHIM Perry up there, big up yourself.
When you go, yeah, they asked me when you're going back to London, but I'm sure it's definitely after this lockdown, yeah?
Absolutely. I think I'm going to go to South Africa first, you know, after the lockdown, and then everything else continues.
Let me ask you a question, yo. Like when you and I'm also gonna be honest with you, Stone. I literally really like started listening to your music or you got on my radar when they told me that like we gotta do something. And I literally first like got the album and I was like
Yo,
on
big
Apple
ups to the
Music.
Godfather, Samoa Jan in the place. Yo, Africa's baddest #1 footballer watching us right now. Yo, father, big up. I get some vibes. I go link you right after. Big ups. Yeah, man.
Shout out, man. I was really like this wasn't when I heard your album, I was like, this is an album I want on my playlist. You know what I mean? It's really like it's really dope. And I asked myself, what are the challenges for an African artist going to the world and performing in their language? And how does it feel when you see people who don't understand your language reacting to your music?
I think music on its own is a universal language, you know. And one thing I've come to realize is that the more the people don't understand the language, there's a different feeling they derive from that. Because you find out that especially on the track 1 of my album, you find out the first song is spiritual. It's commanding a lot of it brings some energies out of you, or you feel some energies when listening to the part that is the Ewe part, the Angloga language part, you know.
Yes.
So most often, when I say one thing, that if you're able to understand the lyrics or the language of the song, it only helps you to sing it along. It only helps you to understand the content and what the person is saying. But that is one part of it, you know. It's not only when you can understand the language that you enjoy or get the song right. Most often, the song actually carries you away already. And sometimes we sing. There's this South African song that I can hum a little, but I don't even understand the language, and that is why I'm even loving it the more. you know.
Mm.
So
Mm.
these things do bring, I mean, whether you understand the language or not, music itself is a universal language where, you know, it appeals to the soul already. So I think that's it. It gives me, you know.
Yeah, and I second that, because straight off the intro, your first joint, that literally, I
Scott,
never
yeah,
heard. Yeah, I never knew half of what you were saying, but I was like, yo, this
it's
is the
crazy.
one. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, you hear the pa
And it's
pam pam
definitely,
pa na pa na 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 na. Crazy
yeah,
music on its own, man. Music.
man, it's incredible, and it's so encouraging, just me as an African also, just to go, you know, we can actually like go to the world without us being shy of who
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
are
Of
and
our
how we
language or who?
speak.
No, not at all. Not at all. And that's the kind of things that I love to do, because as much as we are all like a global community now, as a world is like a global community now, so we all see things and get influenced by things that happen from everywhere, you know. And I think that by per the way we have been as Africans, we have been dictated to a million years ago till now, you know. We feel subconsciously we adhere or gravitate to most of the Western culture easily, you know. We seek to find confidence in trying to speak like, maybe, you know what I mean, like probably an American or a British, or we all know that vibes, you know, as I think
Mm.
but as that is also on the side, because, you know, there are people who actually have that vibe, but we shouldn't be shy of what we are as well. So that's why you find me naming my album Anglogan Junction. When you see it and you don't pronounce it Anglogan, you might say Angola. Angola is still African. Anglogan is still African. So that's how, you know, I want to tell the people. For me, I'm not one single shy. The first record that broke me big was a song called Hills and Valleys, and I still had my dialect situated in there. At least you find me speaking my dialect in there, so somebody's gonna ask, "What is that?" And then I'll find the
Mm.
opportunity. I'll find as an opportunity to explain if the conversation rises.
And again, you know, when you are able to make people who don't understand the music feel the music, that means the
Yeah,
music is good. You're not leaning on a
that's it.
genre.
That's
You're
it.
not leaning.
That's
It's
it.
just the music is just good. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah,
That's
there you go.
incredible. And you mentioned how firstly please pronounce, it's
Yeah, that's
Unlog
it. You can.
Junction.
Yeah,
Unlog,
yeah, yeah.
what does that
Angloga
mean?
Junction. It's a
What does
city.
that mean?
It's a city. It's like it's a town where I come from. You know, where my parents come from. That's like my roots. That's it. And the Anglo actually stands for like a tribe of people. You know, so it could literally mean like a Zulu Junction, or Zulu Town Junction, or, you know, Big Zulu Junction,
Mm,
because the
I
garment's
see.
big. You know, so that's like Anglo Junction is like big Anglo Junction. Anglo is a tribe. So that's, I only titled the album so that it still has like a rooted, you know, evidence, you know, of where I'm coming from, plus all the other experiences from the Western culture blended together, because I realized that the new creed of people, this generation actually is a generation that is enjoying every sound and everything around the globe, across the globe. We don't, like, we're finding ways to measure, because most of us are like, oh, you know, most of us, well, like I said, it's just a, you can sit in Ghana and watch a TV show in America, you know, constantly on your, so we're all living like together that way. So that is the idea behind creating such an album, you know, bringing the African vibes and then blending it with the Western sound somehow. You still find yourself in there regardless of who you are, especially if you're a black person in the diaspora. You can still connect with what you grew up on as well somehow on this album. You know, that's why I titled it that way there.
I also want to just make you aware of something that's very important. You know, earlier on you just talked about, sorry man, that's me quickly. Earlier on you talked about how a lot of us are influenced, or just a lot of Africans were influenced by global things. But what I do want to say though is that it's artists like you that are literally going against the narrative of all colonization. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Where they,
Yeah.
so where we don't have to rap in English or do whatever or dress like we, you know, listen, we inspired. But I just want you to
Exactly.
also be aware that artists like you are going against the historical colonization headspace of not being proud of your language, how you are, who
Yeah.
you are, your background, etc., etc. So shout out for that, man. That's amazing.
Big up, big up, big ups to all of the BHIM Nation tuning right now. Yeah, man, mad respect, you know, to all my man them in America, you know. Yes, I see them, I see them. We're gonna give shout and you know we're gonna answer some questions, right? Like a few before the
Yes,
30
yes,
minute time is up. Yeah, man. Big
yeah,
respect to
yeah,
all Kumasi BHIM native, you don't know the thing set. Mad thing. Yeah, man.
yeah. I mean,
You know,
I
it's
think that was.
mhm.
Go
Like
ahead.
you're saying, it's really important to not to be ashamed of what you can represent. And the reality is that us as Africans, we can we are blessed, we are versatile, we are dynamic. You know what I mean. We can do anything and everything that originates from black. You know, because like they say, everything comes out of black. So you can see that you can speak like probably you can speak Zulu, probably Tosa, probably we can speak different tongues. So it's not difficult for us to pick up languages, except that you might hear our accent in there because this is us. You know what I mean, with whatever we speak. So it's really important to continue to represent for humanity and black people, you know.
I say that like we were told that loving ourselves or being African is past, but it's like today understanding your Africanness and your lineage is now the future. You know what I mean? If
Absolutely.
you're black and you're
Absolutely.
African, you know.
Absolutely. You have to.
Tell me,
And
from the music. I mean, I know there's a heavy reggae dancehall influence. Yeah, what did you grow up listening to, and what hooked you in to say that this is a shit that I want to do?
yeah, I've always grown. I mean, I was born in 1988, so you know, it's like, you know, 1991, 92, all them there when I was like, I started doing all this music thing when I was very, very, very young, you know, because the influences were huge. My father loved to play a lot of music in the house, reggae music, yeah, reggae music in the house, gospel music in the house, Afrobeat. And I'm like, today's Afrobeat music, as you call it, you know what I mean? Uh, but it used to be the typical African music, you know.
Yeah.
Those were the type of songs that I grew up on that has influenced me to today. So I've been singing from early age. I remember forming my own musical group when I was in primary 5. That should have been at the age of probably 10 or 11 or something like that. Early age.
Yeah. Yeah, that's incredible. Yo, do you want us to let's just check what people are saying, man, and just
Yeah,
get
absolutely.
people's
Let's
questions.
vibe
I
with them.
think
It's
anyone that wants to
Friday.
throw in a question. It's
Yeah,
Friday.
man.
Yo,
It's
let's
Friday,
get
yeah,
in. Let's
man.
speak to Stonebwoy, man. This is why we're doing this right now. You know what I mean? Let's see what they saying. Let's see what they
Big up
saying.
some of
Let's
my
see what
Jamaica people tuning right now. Like I said, big up Malika same way. Yes, you don't know. There, man. I go on with the things, man.
Yo, man, this is amazing. This is amazing. Let's see what the people are saying, man. Let's see what the people are saying. All right, people
Big up
loving it.
some of my Nigerian fans as well locked in. Big up to all of my Nigerian fans, them mad thing. We're gonna touch out Nigeria, so big up Dotun as well. Only sign
Yo, they
all the
said
cool tools, you know.
they saying we're going to the Grammys with this album. I mean, I already see that you're on the Billboard with nominates. Yeah.
Yeah, man, big potential. The album has the potential, so we just hope and pray that we keep putting in the work and see how it's gonna go. But one thing is that there's so many things that we can't speak about. You know, what I mean, in the open because it remains like a non-disclosable. You can't disclose these things, because I mean it's not for the you can't. So there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, and we're well aware. So we just hope that things go on our side and get this album nominated. You know what I mean? For the Grammys. It's a potential.
Hey man,
Big
we
ups.
really I really hope that that happens. Tell me, with regards to your features, I mean, I see you do have like people like Nasty, you know, shout out to him. You've got like Jamil, you got different people. Did you also select like people based on the countries that they come from? Was it people that you vibe with, you've met before? How did you choose some of these collaborations that you have or features?
Thank you. I chose these collaborations out of the fact that they fit the song, they fit the sound. You know what I mean? Because when I pick a song, I have to pick the right person. It doesn't matter if the person is popular or not, but they have to be
Mm,
quality. They have to be spot on to be able to deliver. Like, that type of vibe is what it is. So Nasty C and I recorded a song, I think 2 years ago in Ghana when he came through. We recorded it at my house. It was a nice vibe. We're just chilling and recording the
yeah,
song. Big ups to iPoppy, Kumasi, Beam Nation, Kumasi, big up yourself, for producing that beautiful song. People don't even think that beat was produced by a Ghanaian in Ghana, because it has some vibe to it, you know.
yeah,
That was produced
yeah,
by iPoppy, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. So we cooked it and it went viral. Same way with the Black Madonna with Diamond Platinums, the same kind of
yes,
vibe
yes.
as well. He came to Ghana one time, and he's been my friend for some time now. And then we went to the studio. Big ups to Street Beats who produced that song, and then we nailed it as well. Same way, big ups to Kerry Hilson, amazing, amazing. So, went all the way after we got introduced by a good friend of mine, Dusty, and then I went into the States on tour, and she invited me over to a studio, you know, proper welcome. There was a
Mm,
whole crew right there. We recorded this song. Big ups to Selassie, you know, Ghanaian producer living in ATL.
mm.
Mad things happen on this album, bro. Mad things. Yo, Abranti and
Yes,
Nana, heal up yourself, yeah? Mm.
yo. So a question from Fusi MVNI says, should we expect any collaboration from you and Shatawale anytime? Shatawale anytime.
Yeah, why not? Same, yeah, man. Shatta is my brother. Like, the thing said, man, we're planning on something huge for the masses. So please keep your fingers crossed. It's going to be worth the wait. Yeah. And then you don't
Cinderella,
know with Critical Zlatan, also crazy vibes, crazy vibes. Big ups to Zlatan, see, Nigeria side. Yeah, man. And
Cinderella,
Jamil also from the Jamaican side.
yeah. Cinderella underscore essay says, hey, Stonebwoy, how long have you been in the industry?
um, I think I've been in the industry officially when they accepted me into the thing, like just a bit over 10 years. Because
When they accepted you.
yeah, you know what I mean? If I say they
Yeah.
accepted me, I'm not saying that they didn't reject me though, but you have to get in. Um, it was actually last year at the VGMA's Vodafone Ghana Music Awards that I realized I was nominated, aside being nominated for the Artist of the Year over some four number of times. I realized they nominated me for Artist of the Decade. Then I realized I'm
Wow.
already a decade in the system.
Mm.
So I was
And
probably 22 when I started smashing things, properly. Maybe 21.
I
You
think
know.
that you also have a level of maturity and humility. Do you think that that's also just like the years in the game that's taught you just stay humble and just focus on the business of working and put your energy in just making great music?
Yeah, I think so as well, because time is a master. As you grow, you have to learn, you have to mature. So we've all been kids before, and probably must have done things or
Mm.
a thing or two to But it's all learning. We're all learning. Big ups, Don Bimboski. We're all learning. Humility has always been like a humble lion, because it's important to be humble, and I love being humble. It makes my soul. I just love when you give me two scenarios of one which I have the right to show off, and one
Yeah.
which I have, I'll choose to not to stay humble than to, you know what I mean. That's just my persona. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bim to
Somebody's
that, man.
asking, bless her, Bim. Somebody's asking, would like to see you collaborate with Copy? Nah, I have a song with DJ Copy, man. That song would have been released a while ago, but yeah, Copy, if you're watching, the people are ready for this jam. And like we said, until video, no release. See?
Tell me, what other songs are we gonna get visuals for from Unloga Junction?
I'm actually planning on shooting all the visuals for the song because I have 7 already. It's 15. We have 8 more to go.
Damn, B. Like, did you shoot all these before the lockdown?
Yeah, I shot 5 before the lockdown.
Damn. And so the lockdown has slowed you down. You could have had everything ready by now, I'm sure.
Not really in a rush. We've just been working. However it happens, we give thanks to God and then we follow the curve.
Generally, when you roll out an album, and like this is gonna be the last question for me, and I'm jumping straight to the people after this.
Yep.
Generally, when you roll out an album, what is your period of promotion to kind of go, okay, I'm not gonna drop anything new until this album is done its run? How long is the run generally for an album for you to start considering releasing new content? I'm sure you're always in the studio though.
Absolutely. I'm always in the studio. I'm at home. I have a studio at home and everything is at home for me. So, you know, I'm always recording. When I do release an album, I think that the body of works that the album entails would have to have time enough to grow on the people. So it's only reasonable that you have to keep it running. You know, you have to promote it. You have to let it sink down into the hearts and minds of the people. You know, that's just what I think it is. So I give it ample time and I continue to push because some songs even become hits after a number of years from that album. You know, so you only give it a period, enough period, because the least I leave in between my albums is 2 years. You know.
Okay.
I might drop a single. To, you know, to keep it standing, or 2, but the period is the least is 2 years period. Yeah.
All right. Let's jump into the people's questions. Playboy_young44 says, what's your ultimate goal for the album?
Yeah, my ultimate goal for the album is for it to reach the heights that it can, because what I believe is that this is music. We can't rush greatness. You can never ever rush greatness. So the level at which this album is going to be great is going to take its own time and take a lot of work, and then, you know, and time, you know. One of my peoples is saying we need a song with Chronix and Lila Ike, please. Chronix and Lila Ike, they're my bridgings, you know, and it's just a matter of time. Like I said, you know, no rush greatness. Big ups to Akosia, you know what I mean? No rush greatness. It's only a matter of time. But I appreciate the anticipation. You know, when people anticipate things from you, it keeps you on their heart. It keeps you on their mind. They keep praying for you to get those things done. So it's good. Big ups to Sanchez. Yo, big ups to Sanchez. Tune in right now. Legendary Sanchez. If you don't know Sanchez sang Me and my IE, la 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 li, la 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 e. Living up, na 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 na, living up. Yo, big Jamaican reggae legend. Big of yourself, Sanchez.
Yo, man.
Mad.
The love you get is incredible, man. Someone says I must ask you, should we expect a reggae album in future, because you've recorded songs with Buju, Banton, Capleton, Damon Marley, Mavado, Bounce Killer, and Elephant Man? Is that in the cards for you?
Yeah, man, they're all in the cards and it's soon come. And that's what I said. When people put expectations on your head, they don't leave you alone. You know, they pray for you, they support you, they hope that it works, and that's just a good feeling. You know, somebody saying Stonebwoy and Wizkid must happen. Definitely, man. You know, I don't rush collaborations. I don't.
See that, man.
No, sir. I take time with it. So, big ups to Wizzy. Great respect to OBO as well. You know, they would have had a song with me and David a long time, but when we recorded it, we lost the files. I mean, it's not my fault. It's not his fault. It does happen. So we're just going to jump into a next one and the next one and make things go on good. See it?
See. Jeremy._SA says, why don't you claim the King of African Dancehall title?
Aha. It says, why don't I claim? Hand it over to me and I'll take it. Hand it over to me and I'll take it. So when you say I am, that's it.
That's powerful. That's powerful. That's powerful.
I know who I am though. But if you say I am, I'll take it.
You say what? But you know who you are, and that's the realest thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Who we got here, man? You know, people are saying, when is Rihanna happening?
In the future, soon. But somebody's saying, are you generally, Sam Lam says, are you generally satisfied with the support your album has received from other Ghanaian artists? Absolutely satisfied. I'm absolutely satisfied with everybody who has posted or tweeted or spoken about it, or everybody who has even seen and not said anything about it. Because I get to understand things at different levels, my brother. You know, not everything, we don't see everything that goes on, but we have to be able to understand that things go on, things happen. So, like they say, your biggest lover is those who love you the most. Your biggest love, someone who supports you, it's not somebody you're going to be able to find. You can't even find them because they've got to be far away somewhere. And your biggest hater is going to be one of your own people. You know, so
powerful.
Big ups to everybody who has touched the thing, seen, supported, spoke a word about it. Even those who would say negative things about us, they still have us in there. You know, like I always say, you're either with me or you're against me, but there'll always be a me. There's always gonna be me. You're either with me or you're against me. Let's read a couple more.
Reyes Kaino says your new album is full of love songs. What's the motive?
Love heals the world, bro. Like it's tailored that way because we need a lot of love in these times. Trust me, Father. And I am one person who drops a lot of conscious music, and I have a conscious music on that as well. When you take the song like Work, and it's love in different perspectives. It's love in different narratives. You know what I mean? When you take Everlasting, it's a kind of love that is like, it feels, it's like, you know, how do I even describe it? Like, it's like a defensive kind of love. Like, you know, you're playing defense on that. When you take Only Love, then you know that's only love. You're prophesying, or you're opening up love to the person. I mean, you're telling them how you love them and all of that. And when you take Inkuto, there's another love featuring a high life reggae legend, Kojo Enchi. Super big man, crazy. Yo, yesterday, one more time I was listening to his records and I'm like, Jesus Christ, was I able to do a song with this man? You know, because check out Kojo Enchi, my brother, when you do. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Big Kojoantwi. Big.
Let me.
He's an African legend, my brother.
He's on Kunto, right?
Yes, African legend. You should check him out. Aside the album, you should check him out proper. And if you appreciate and love music, you're gonna understand what I mean, because you know, somebody says that Joe Bless boy, Stone much love from Nigeria. Yo, I said it. Big ups to all of my Nigerian fans. We're family. There's no war. See it there? Mad.
Tell me something, Bree, before I close up, yeah? And when you come here to Joburg or South Africa, once this is clear, we definitely need to catch up and beam, you know?
Absolutely. Beam up the place and done.
Tell me, though, what music do you think I should be listening to, just like, you know, at least from the rest of Africa? What would you say I should be listening to?
Bro, I want you to listen to your soul, bro. You know what I mean? Open up. Listen to your soul. Whatever you feel, however you're feeling, you're going to find music to satisfy you. But ultimately, it's African music. It's African music. Listen to Stonebwoy music. Listen to... Is that not what you mean?
And then I mean that, like, what artists do you... I mean, you've just said I should listen to Kojo Antwi and just check the rest of his catalog.
Oh, yes.
Just an album. Which other artists are you picking up that I should definitely check, and everyone else who's sleeping should maybe see?
Thank you. I want you to listen to Just type top 20 Ghanaian artists. Top 20 Ghanaian artists.
All right, cool. I'm sure you.
Whichever one Google tells you, that's the one.
Okay, I'm on it.
And big respect to all of my Gambia family as well. Big ups to Brikama Boyo. Big ups to Jizzle. Brikama Boyo has an album out long time. I had a song featured on that one. Big tune. All of my Gambia fans, them, all of my Gambia people, make sure you're in tune. It's a mad thing. I can't wait to touch the world with this Angloga Junction album, man. You know what I mean? Nominators running the numbers on AudioMac, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. So I want everybody to go subscribe. South Africa, this is your humble servant dealing with the musical vibes, Stonebwoy. So STONEBWOY, subscribe on YouTube. Let's get the fire blazing. I know before I leave this platform is Slikour on live.
Yes,
boom,
sir.
Slikour on live. Everything sleek, everything nice. You don't know. And life is good. See that?
Yes, sir.
Grab a following, you know, hit the button, subscribe, like, you know. And I want everybody to still continue to stay safe. Before I leave, I have to say this. We're all living in Corona times. A lot of people will say it's not true. It's not. My brother, whether Corona or not, people are still losing lives by other means. So, and the interesting thing is that you still have to keep hygiene. You have to be hygienic to stay away from a lot of other illnesses, to stay away from carrying other bacteria and viruses into your bloodstream. So you have to definitely continue to wash your hands, you know, keep safe, sanitize your environment and your living spaces where you live, and get closer to God the Maker. You still definitely have to make sure your immune system is strong to fight against other illnesses as well. So continue to do all these things, and I'll be able to see you in SA, around the world, across Africa. You don't know, Angloga Junction. To the world.
Beam, 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 beam.
Boom, boom. And anybody whose
bro.
questions I was not able to read, however, forgive me because the things are just rolling,
Yeah,
you know.
for real.
I'm gonna be on radio later on Hits FM. So you guys tune in and blessings. You don't know. Whole of Africa say yeah. Angloga Junction. Mad. Thank you, bro.
My brother, take care of yourself, man. Powerful, and keep doing what you're doing,
God
man.
bless.
You're light.
Yes, I respect.
Broadcast live